guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Katie. I am a mom to a 2-year-old little girl, and I am currently 37 weeks pregnant with my second baby girl. So today I'm really excited to share a video with you guys about all of my tips and tricks for how to plan and have an epic Disney World vacation with a toddler. We recently took my toddler to Disney World for the first time this past January. It was right before her second birthday. She was about 2 years old. We had the most amazing time. We went for 5 nights and 4 days in the park. We stayed on property and we went with my parents as well. So in this video, I'm gonna cover a few things on how we planned the trip and what worked well for us. First thing I'm gonna cover is how I use the My Disney World Experience app to plan the vacation, the must-haves that you need to pack if you're going to Disney with a toddler. Third, where we stayed and how we used transportation. Number 4, what I learned and what I would do differently the next time we go, because I cannot wait to go back. If you like this video, please click that thumbs up button. It really helps me grow my channel. Consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. On this channel, I talk about all things motherhood, lifestyle in general, organization. I would love to have you guys along this journey with me. Let's get right into it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to talk about is how I used the My Disney World Experience app to plan this trip. So me and my mom started planning this trip about 3 months before we actually went. And we have been to Disney World many times as I was growing up. So we kind of know what we want to do, where we want to stay, where we want to eat, stuff like that. I really would recommend though planning your trip prior to 3 months before you actually are planning to go to Disney World. Typically, we would have given ourselves more time just to make sure that you get to book everything that you want to. One tip that I did find out is children under the age of 3 are free for most things. So like park tickets and some dining options too. So if you are thinking about planning a trip with a toddler and want to do it under that 3-year mark, it will save you some money. You definitely want to download the My Disney Experience app. I'm just going to run through some things on how I use the app and how it helped me plan this trip. So first of all, the app is awesome when you're actually in the parks. It shows you all of the wait times. So if you're in the Magic Kingdom, all of the rides in that park at that time. And it also will show you all of the events scheduled that day for any of the parks. So if there's a parade going on in a certain time, or if there are fireworks night, the app will show you all of that. We did decide to purchase the Genie Plus, and we purchased individual lightning lane passes every day. I'm not going to go into a lot of depth with that, so definitely check that out. It is an additional price, but I think it was so worth it, especially with a toddler. We were able to get on so many more rides, and we didn't have to wait in long lines with a toddler. I think the longest we ever waited was like 15 or 20 minutes in a ride. You can also use this app to book all of your dining reservations for your trip and really to plan out your trip day by day. For dining reservations, because we've been to Disney World so many times, we have our favorite places, so we kind of knew where we wanted to go based on what park we were going to be in and what day. I would definitely recommend locking those reservations in as soon as you can. When we went in January, we were able to book those reservations 90 days before we checked in. Still didn't get some of our favorite reservations, so definitely make sure you have a plan for that and you do it as soon as you're able to. Another good thing with the dining reservations is that you can change or cancel your reservation up until like 2 hours before your actual reservation. We actually did this a few times. We were planning to go to the Rainforest Cafe for dinner one night. It was after a very long day and we were all exhausted. So we decided to cancel and just do something low-key at the hotel. And it was no charge to do that, so that's really nice. Okay, the next thing that I love about this app, you can place mobile orders through the app for some participating restaurants in the parks. We did this for lunch every day and it worked out so well. We would go on our apps and look at their menu, place our order, pay for it, and then you'd give them the time frame right on the app of when you'd be there. Me and my toddler would go find a table, get situated. My husband would go pick up our food. It was already ready for us, paid for, and we'd get to eat right there. It was a win for us every day. Okay, last way that I use the app is linking our Magic Bands to our app. We were able to use our Magic Band for everything. everything. So our magic band was our hotel room key, got us into the park, gets you into like the lightning lane entrance for like your fast pass. You can also link your credit card to it. So that's mainly what I use the app for. Like I said, it can really help you plan your entire trip, and there's so much more you can do with the app. I definitely recommend downloading it and playing around with it. Okay, now I want to talk about the must-haves that I packed for my toddler to survive a Disney World vacation. First thing on the list is a travel stroller. Now I brought my own. The one that we have is the Appa Baby Vista G Lux. We've used this on so many vacations. It's just an easy travel stroller. My favorite thing about this stroller is that it reclines. My toddler was able to nap in this stroller every day. It was really nice that we didn't have to leave a park and go back to the hotel during the day so she could take that nap. We just reclined her and she was able to take at least an hour nap every day. Bring a bright color ribbon and tie it around the top of your stroller, because when you do park your stroller to go on the ride, it's in a sea of strollers. Like there is hundreds and hundreds of strollers all together. So I had like a neon green ribbon tied at the top of the stroller, and it was really easy to find my stroller in the crowd. Next, definitely pack a stroller fan. Another thing that was a game changer is having a backpack diaper bag. You want something that you can have your hands free and that also has good storage. We left our diaper bag in our stroller while we went on the rides in the park, so I was really careful not to put anything in there that was valuable. I bought fanny pack crossbody. I got it off Amazon, and that's where I kept my room key and like my credit cards and money and stuff like that, my phone, and I would just leave that on and take that on the rides with me. We brought 2 sippy cups for her. We also brought 2 plastic bibs that we were able to change out when they got dirty. Brought these 2 sticky placemats. I love these because they adhere to the tables really well. If you have a toddler like mine, you don't need to worry about them throwing the plate across the table. And then I brought 2 snack cups. I washed these out every night and restocked them every day and packed them to the brim with her favorite snack. These worked really well to kind of save us between breakfast and lunch and dinner. This is definitely a must-have for your toddler. I did bring some swim diapers, and if your toddler uses an overnight diaper, which mine does, I packed those. Obviously it's Florida. Even though we went in January, I packed her sunscreen, I packed a sun hat for her, and bug spray. Okay, next I packed my favorite portable sound machine. I talk all about why I love this sound machine, and I think everyone needs this in my previous video, the top 10 newborn must-haves. So I'll link that below if you're interested. Okay, another must-have for your toddler is hand sanitizing wipes. We went through an entire pack of this on the trip. If your toddler's like mine, she will touch everything. Waiting in lines for the attractions, walking through the park, she'll put her hand on everything she passes, and she sucks her thumb, so then immediately it goes in her mouth. And then lastly, if your toddler has a tablet, we brought her tablet with us. Not only is it great for the plane, if we're at dinner and the food is taking a long time, it was really nice to just take that tablet out. A few other tips that I recommend doing, especially if you're traveling with toddlers: get groceries delivered to your hotel through like a grocery delivery service. So because we went with my parents, they actually live in South Carolina. We were lucky enough to have them stock up on some groceries for us and bring them in a cooler in their car. Some things that I would recommend getting delivered or having someone bring with you is diapers and wipes for the week, so you don't have to pack all of those diapers. Healthy snacks to have in your hotel room and to take into the parks in those snack packs. Breakfast items. We gave my toddler breakfast every morning in our hotel room before we went out. This was definitely the way to go. One, it's healthier. 2, it's way cheaper than buying another meal in Disney World. And 3, it's faster. Some breakfast items that we got for our hotel room was cereal and milk, yogurt, fruit, avocado, things like that. Another key thing to get for your hotel room is dish soap and a sponge. I washed all of her plastic bibs, plastic placemats, sippy cups, snack cups, all of the things every night before going to bed, so then the next morning they were all clean and ready to be packed up again for the day. We also got a case of water bottles and paper towels. Another thing that you could do is reserve a pack and play for your hotel room. Most hotels have this option. I brought my own sheets from home. I just felt better about doing that. And then I brought like her blankets and everything that she slept with from home, and it worked out great. Okay, next I'm gonna talk about where we stayed in Disney and how we used the transportation throughout our trip. We stayed in the Wilderness Lodge, which is a resort on Disney property. We've stayed there so many times. It's really a family favorite, which is why we chose it again. It's so cozy and relaxing and quaint. I love it. It's also really easy to get to the Magic Kingdom. They have a ferry boat that comes right to the Wilderness Lodge, and it takes you directly to the Magic Kingdom, drops you off right at the front entrance. There's no other stops in between. They have good dining options at the hotel too. They have this new outdoor bar, which is really cool. It's like right on the water and on the pool, which is fun after your kids go to sleep that you can go down there and hang out. And we love the pool. They have a really cool water slide. It's just a beautiful setting, and they have a cool kids splash pad area that my toddler loves. One tip that I would recommend doing, I think most resorts offer this if they're on Disney property. They offer a coffee thermos that you can purchase, but then for the entire rest of your stay, you get unlimited free coffee and soft drink. We all purchased one on the first day, and then we were able to use that throughout our whole trip, and we definitely got our money's worth. Okay, so for transportation in the parks, like in general, I think that Disney could do a better job with this. It is all free, which is nice when you're staying on property. They offer like the ferry boat that I talked about, or buses to the parks or other resorts, monorails, things like that. But it takes a long time to get from place to place. Now, I'm just speaking off of my experience this past time from staying at the Wilderness Lodge. The ferry boat to the Magic Kingdom is awesome and I love it. Everywhere else from the Wilderness Lodge, you have to take a bus. The buses take forever. The buses do stop at other parks or other resorts before you get to your destination. So again, it's just like that prolonged time of getting to where you needed to go. And if you have a stroller with you, you have to fold up that stroller, which I totally understand doing, but it's just more of a hassle. What I recommend doing in terms of transportation in general is giving yourself a ton of extra time. Like I'm talking about like over an hour to get to whatever park that you're trying to get to. And mainly I'm talking about when you need to use the bus. We had multiple times where we went to the park in the morning, came back to regroup in the afternoon, and then went to a different park for dinner and to ride some rides after dinner. And multiple times we ended up running late for our dinner reservations because of the bus schedule just taking so long to get into the parks. And then lastly, for transportation, Disney World offers this minivan service, and you can access it through your Lyft app. It seems really cool. We didn't use it because it is on the more pricier side, but I saw a lot of people using it while we were there. Like I said, you access it through your Lyft app and it will take you wherever you need to go, just like a Lyft would. But the cool thing about it is if you do have a child that uses a car seat, they have car seats in the van and the driver will install it for you. And I think they have different sizes to fit different weight requirements. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about what I learned from this trip and what I would do differently for the next time we go. So first, I really recommend having a general game plan for what you want to do each day and planning that out ahead of time. But I would really recommend being flexible and not having any expectations. Like I said earlier in this video, we canceled dinner reservations at the last minute because we were exhausted. We changed which parks we wanted to hop to later that day. We broke off into different groups so that my husband could ride something that he wanted to get to do and I could take our toddler on a little kid ride. So we were just flexible and we made sure that everyone got to do what they wanted to do, and that's what really worked for us. Second thing is I would recommend staying at least one extra day. We had 4 days that we were able to go into the parks and do things, and I wanted to go to every park. So we didn't have a day to just like chill and have downtime. It would have been really nice to spend that time that we wanted to in all of the parks, but also have a chill day. Third thing that I learned, and I mentioned this earlier in the video, is just planning your vacation as early as possible. So like I said, we started planning 3 months early. I would have liked to plan maybe like 5 months early or 6 months early to make sure that you were able to book everything that you wanted to. And then lastly, this is small, but I definitely learned my lesson about this, is to bring Band-Aids and first aid. My 2-year-old is really independent. She wanted to run and do it herself, and that was great and I loved it, but she fell every single day. It was sometimes hard to find like first aid stuff and band-aids in the park, so I would definitely pack that in your diaper bag. Okay guys, so those are my tips and tricks for how we had the most amazing time in Disney World with my 2-year-old and how we survived it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful if you're planning your own family trip to Disney World. Even though I was exhausted and I came home thinking I needed a vacation, I would have done this trip a million times over. I made the best memories with my parents and my husband, and seeing all of the Disney magic through my toddler's eyes was just something that I'll never forget. I was planning to do my nursery reveal for baby number 2 this week, but it's still not fully done. I am planning to finish that this week. I need to get my husband to help me hang some things on the wall, and I want to record that before this girl gets here and share it with you guys next week. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you all soon.